not someone that loves drama, but I have heard stuff tonight. I know there's things that happen in the house, and if there's something I need to know, I need to know it. To even hear the word bully scares me. I'm trying to find my forever person, and the idea of something going on, it scares me.
Welcome back, and here we go, guys. Another episode of Husbands Helping Husbands of the Bachelor, Joey's season. So as you saw in that first clip, producers start right off into drama. So that already tells you that this entire episode is going to be centered around drama. We're going to go through the first group date, the solo date of the episode, the second group date, and then we'll recap the drama and tie it into the rose ceremony. Let's get this going. Alright, so during the first group date, Joey invites all of these ladies to basically a talent show called Mrs. Right to find out which one has the right talent to be Joey's better half. And Joey has invited April, Susan, Kathy, and Nancy from the Golden Bachelor to be the judges. During this talent show, Lexi here won with a kiss. Now this upset quite a few of the ladies because they actually put on some talents. They put a lot of thought into what they was doing. They wrote songs, but Lexi won with a kiss. I'm going to drop this here because this ties into the drama that we showed in the opening scene. Medina is one of the three involved in the drama, and she actually talks to Joey about that drama, but she takes the high road and doesn't name names or really go into any details of the situation. She basically just says she felt bullied. When you say you feel bullied, you're basically saying somebody's a bully, but we'll get into that later. And Jen gets the solo date of the episode. She will get to go do some surfing with Joey. So during that surfing, he takes her out into the ocean and kind of teaches her how to surf a little bit. She doesn't do very good at it. She falls off the board a lot, but hey, I probably wouldn't either, and most of you probably wouldn't either. So she gets the solo date. They get to go out, they go surfing. Joey shows off his stuff. They get to go have a dinner afterwards. She gets a rose. So Jen gets a rose for the solo date. In the second group date, the ladies get to go have a tennis tournament. But not just any tennis tournament, a tennis tournament where they had to dress up in costume. After this tournament was over, Butter and Lobster won the tournament. You got it, guys. Butter and Lobster. They dressed up in different costumes. Butter and Lobster, two babies, hot dog and ketchup. But yeah, Butter and Lobster won. Later, after the tennis tournament, the ladies got to have some one-on-one time with Joey. During that one-on-one time, Caitlin told Joey the story of her family having a curse where all the ladies in her family are single. That ended up with Caitlin getting the rose of the second group date. Alright, and now we move on to the bully. This is the drama of the entire episode. It's the drama of the season so far. So during last episode, Medina was talking about her age and how she felt uncomfortable around all the younger ladies. Maria overheard that conversation, went to one of her friends, and basically said Medina shouldn't be uncomfortable, she should be happy in her skin, and she's about the same age as Maria is, and yeah, yada yada yada. It's really not a lot of drama there. Well, Sydney overheard this conversation and blew it out of proportion, ran to Medina and told Medina that Maria basically called her old and was being, a bully. Medina brought that up to Joey earlier in the episode. We showed that quick snippet and basically didn't want to name names. Well, Sydney's up in, her own little world of whatever, and has decided that Medina's not going to do anything about it. Sydney's going to do something about it. So Sydney goes ahead and tells Joey that Maria is the one that started all this situation of, making comments about Medina being old. And let me pause. Medina and Maria have already had a conversation and cleared it up. There's no bad blood between the two of them. But Sydney's basically created this whole ordeal where she's trying to get Maria out of the show. This is where production comes in, wholeheartedly where production comes in. So we move on from this to the rose ceremony. And this is what happens at the rose ceremony. Again, production, you cannot tell me, did not play an entire role in the outcome of this. They even place Maria and Sydney beside each other in line. They do this all the time, guys. They do it all the time. Just roll with it. But you're probably listening to your women and your wives and your girlfriends going on about, oh my God, they're beside each other. They do it all the time. They do this all the time. Every time they do this show, they put, the two drama people beside each other in any episode that they can. So this is what happens at the rose ceremony. Let's go ahead and check this out.
Maria.
Oh my goodness, Maria got a rose. And Sydney's right there. What do we think? There's one rose left. Who is going to get it? We'll be shocked, won't we?
Sydney, will you accept this rose?
Shocker, right? Sydney got a rose. So Maria and Sydney got the last 2 roses. They're the drama of the season so far. They stood side by side in line. They get the last 2 roses so we can add up all that drama. And to make it even better, and this is where you cannot tell me that production doesn't have something to do with this, in the next episode, there's a 2-on-1 date where both Sydney and Maria have to go on a 2-on-1 date with Joey. Now, 9 times out of 10, you would think, yeah, maybe that's normal. But in the last couple of years of The Bachelor and Bachelorette, it's become such an issue where production has forced these people to stay in these episodes so that they can have these 2-on-1 dates. Now, yeah, it could be realistic, but I'm not buying it, and nobody should buy it. There's no reason these 2 ladies should have stayed on the show. One of them should have went home. Joey pretty much saw through that Sydney was lying, out her rear when Maria really kind of challenged him on it. And you could see that Sydney was just digging and digging and digging and trying to throw Maria under the bus. But yet, production's going to make sure that Joey keeps her on the show. And in the next episode, we're going to have a 2-on-1 date, and Joey's going to have to make a decision on which one to keep. So, there's your drama. Production creates the drama. It's unfortunate that this continues to tarnish the show as all of these individuals are trying to find love or create their Instagram fame, profiles, and whatever. But still, it's just a shame. But gentlemen, that is Husbands Helping Husbands, and hopefully at the end of that, you know what your wives are talking about. See you next week.